Hey everyone. So I know some of you have been having some questions about your argumentative writing graphic organizer. So I wanted to show you the example that I had filled out to kind of help you out a little bit. So we talked about my intro when we were in class together. So I said Americans purchase 42.6 billion bottles of water annually. Globally, 200 billion plastic bottles are purchased and disposed of annually. Many of these plastic bottles will end up in landfills, waterways, or on streets or parks. The sale of bottled beverages should be banned internationally because it has serious environmental, financial, and ethical consequences. So you'll notice this last sentence right here is my thesis. So that's what I'm going to prove. I'm going to prove why we should ban plastic, water, and beverage bottles. So my 3 reasons why I believe we should ban these is because it has serious environmental, that's 1, financial, that's 2, and ethical consequences. So I bring these 3 ideas here down into these 3 bubbles. So you'll see here it says environmental effects, financial consequences, and ethical consequences. Okay, so let's look at the second section. So it says to support your claim with more than one supporting reason in logical order. Next, give evidence to support your reasons. So one of my reasons to support, once again, is environmental effects. And if you were in class on Friday, you saw me do this, but I just want to kind of review so you make sure that your graphic organizer is filled out correctly. So I put environmental effects and I pasted the link of where I got my source from. This way I kind of remember that I need to put that in my bibliography. We're not making our bibliography right now. We will do that at the end. So on this website, I found information about marine life and how they become entangled in plastic. Fish, dolphins, whales, seals, you name it. The plastic that ends up in the ocean is detrimental to their health. So they become entangled in these plastic bags. They could become tangled in the 6-pack holders that you see cans of soda in. The plastic water bottles might look like a fish that they try to swallow, so it's very dangerous for marine life. So that is evidence why it affects the environment. And then my second piece of information that I found was more than 8 million tons of plastic is dumped into our oceans every year. And that's information that I found, once again, from plasticoceans.org. My second reason, financial consequences. Again, I pulled that from my thesis. I found a website called thewaterproject.org, and I found that it costs the average person $100 per year just to buy bottled water. That doesn't include the cost of Gatorade or iced tea, which is far more expensive. So $100 a year per person. So I live in a home of a family of 5, so that's $500 a year. You multiply that over time, and that's a lot of money. Then there was a website I found called openchannels.org, and it said plastic pollution cost the United States of America $13 billion. So that's just our country. And it says another source states plastic pollution costs the world $2.5 trillion a year. So pollution, meaning bottles, plastic, anything that ends up on the ground, in the park, in the streets, in the landfills, anything that does not end up in the garbage can. Then I moved on to ethical consequences, and I found that the main ingredient in plastic is, it's called polyethanol it's called PET, which takes 400 years to decompose. So this is really bad for the environment, and it causes an ethical consequence. So it's against our ethics as a human. And it says Fiji water is ranked the most unethical brand as it must be shipped from France. So in order to get Fiji water, we have to have them ship it, which means they're putting more pollution into the air with the gas, possibilities of oil spills in the water. We're talking about airplanes, boats, etc., for these to be shipped for our enjoyment. Okay, so you'll see my 3 supporting reasons why I think it should be banned, and the pieces of evidence, that I'm using to support. Okay, so once I'm done with that, we're talking about counterclaims and rebuttals, and I posted on Google Classroom today different pieces of evidence that kind of help us start these sentences. So the sentence starter I used was for a counterclaim. It is often thought that plastic water bottles or plastic beverage bottles are not harmful to the environment because plastic is recyclable. So my counterclaim, it acknowledges the other side of the argument. Well, it's more convenient to get a bottle of water. Well, plastic is recyclable, so therefore it can't be that bad for the environment. That would be the other side, people who disagree that we should ban plastic. And then my rebuttal would be, the evidence, however, disproves this theory. According to an article titled The Violent Afterlife of a Recycled Plastic Water Bottle, you'll notice I put that article in quotes. 50% of all plastic placed in your recycling bin is never actually recycled. So I pulled this sentence, the evidence, however, disproves this theory. I pulled that from the sentence starters that I post in Google Classroom today. And after you draft that, you'll move down to your concluding statement, where I also posted some concluding statement starters to help you out. It is evident that purchasing plastic bottled beverages, although convenient, is more harmful to the earth, your pocketbook, and your future. So your concluding statement will actually be more than one sentence, but I'm restating my thesis. So this is very similar to the sentence that I said right here. So I'm kind of reminding my reader of what I'm trying to prove and what I want to happen. So you would summarize your ideas, but you would add no new information. No new information goes in your conclusion. Okay, so restate your thesis. And again, I put, it is evident that purchasing plastic bottled beverages, although convenient, is more harmful to the earth, your pocketbook, and your future. So this is just me kind of saying, and this is the reason why I'm right, and this is how my research has proved why we should ban plastic water bottles. Okay, so please comment. Let me know if you need any additional help. That's no problem. I'm trying to find a better medium to teach you guys and to kind of help you out with this, but hopefully this helps for now. So when you are done filling out this graphic organizer, go ahead and submit it so that way I can offer you some notes, and from there you can work on your survey and post that to Google Classroom. The instructions are on the doc as well as a video I'm hoping works as well. If not, I will repost in a few moments. All right, good luck. Let me know if you need help.